If you want to learn how to get hundreds of thousands of views every single day like this, then keep watching this video. Hey everyone, my name is Alex and I started my YouTube journey about 2 years ago from scratch with zero experience, and since then, check this out, I've made over $500,000 in ad revenue alone. So if you want to learn how to grow your channel fast in 2023, then keep watching this video. So imagine you have two channels. They both have 33 videos uploaded to them, but yet one video gets 1,000 views per day while the other gets about 10,000 views per day. Their videos are roughly the same video quality with an average retention rate of say 50% on 10-minute long videos. They're in the same niche, but yet why the difference in views? You know, that's a question that really fascinated me early on in my YouTube journey. So at one point I studied it thoroughly, like night and day. I still remember nights that I would stay up until 3 a.m. to just study this. Then lo and behold, after about 2 to 3 months, I understood a bit more of it. And at that point in my business, I was able to increase my view count tremendously. And within a few months, I went from making $6,000 per month to $14,000 per month to $35,000 in a single month. That's a nearly 6 times increase. Now, during that time period, my average retention rate was roughly the same, so it's not like I made any improvements to my actual videos. So what did I do? Well, one huge part of it, and the secret to growing your channel fast in 2023 is crafting better titles. You see, making a video is time consuming. You have the script to do, the voiceover to do, and then you gotta do the video edits. And depending on the quality of the video, it could take anywhere between 1 hour to 10 hours to perhaps even more than 100 hours if you're like Mr. Beast and have to create some real life Squid Games. But crafting a nice title, how long does that take? Well, the answer is not much time at all. After you learn the tricks of the trade, that is. You see, these days it takes me less than 5 minutes to craft an amazing title that generates hundreds of thousands of views. And guess what? You are in luck today because I'm actually going to share with you 3 of my top tips that I use to craft titles that end up getting hundreds of thousands of views. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1 is have a little bit of mystery in the title. What I mean by that is keep a certain level of intrigue for the viewer so that the title doesn't give away the whole video. Good example of this is the title of this video. I could have titled it something like the number 1 secret to growing your channel fast in 2023 is having great titles. But instead, I titled it how to grow your channel fast with this secret in 2023. Now the first title, in addition to being way too long, gave away the video before the viewer even had a chance to click on it and thus killed the mystery. You still might have had 5 people out of 100 click on that video, but if you had a bit of mystery in that title, maybe 10 people out of 100 might have clicked the video. And do you know what that means to YouTube? A 5% increase in CTR, which is a key metric and which is a very important aspect of growing a YouTube channel fast in 2023. Having a bit of mystery in titles is something I've used to really increase the growth of my channel, and in my experience with all other factors the same, so with the same retention, with the same thumbnails, this could really be the difference between a channel that gets 1,000 views per day to a channel that gets 10,000 views per day. Tip number 2 is model what already works. Most people already do this in their own niche where they look at the most popular titles and pretty much copy them, which is why there are so many videos in the same niche with the same titles. But I want my videos to stand out. How do I do that? Instead of looking into my own niche, I like to look elsewhere. For example, if I was in the movies niche, I'd maybe look into the history niche or maybe the gaming niche and look at what titles are working there. And doing this is very easy. All one simply does is go to another niche, find channels that are doing well, which is any channel that really has 100,000 subscribers or more, and you just sort out their videos by the most popular. I'll often find interesting titles there that I won't find in my own niches. And it doesn't take much time, but I find that no one really does this. And one great channel that I use to study this often is Fox News. You know, looking at these titles, I can see why they do so great. I mean, many of them have my first point in check, and that's to have mystery. Like this Tucker video here, for example. This should make you nervous? Well, what's this? Can you see the mystery in that? Or this other video titled, Former Secret Service Agent Exposes Hillary Clinton. Now, how does he expose her? What did she do exactly? Can you guys see the mystery? Now, these news channels are brilliant in their methods of getting people to click, and modeling their titles is a great way to explode your channel. Anyways, after I get these new titles, I do my own A/B split tests in my own niche to see if these work. But if you don't have the pro version of TubeBuddy, you can simply just insert these titles in and just see how well they do yourself. Now, I'll have to say sometimes I do write my own titles, like at least once a week I try it out. But for the majority of the time, I'm modeling what already works, and especially these days, what works in different niches. Now, tip number 3 is to have different variations. One thing I started understanding is if you have the same types of titles for all your videos, your audience will start to get tired of them. Like, for example, if all your videos are titled 10 things you didn't know about dogs, or 10 things you didn't know about cats, or 10 things you didn't know about this and 10 things you didn't know about that, there's no variations to your channel. It becomes boring, it becomes bland, it becomes almost like a meme. I mean, imagine wearing the same clothes over and over again every day. It gets tiring. Now, if you don't care about fashion like Mark Zuckerberg and you want to be as efficient as possible, then it doesn't matter. But if your job is to stand out like how some Instagram influencers do, then having variation is vital. What I like to do to prevent being stale is to have like 20 to 30 different variations and just rotate through them. That way, my audiences are always clicking on something different, and by the time they rotate through all 20 or 30 of the variations, everything is fresh again. One simple way to do this is, once you find 20, 30, or even 50 different title variations, is to just list them out like in a Google document 1 to 30, 1 to 50. That way, whenever you need to pick out a title, you just go there and you select a title similar to how you pick out your clothes out of a closet. You see, from my experience, people will stop clicking and everything is the same. So instead, switch your titles up. And there you have it, guys. If you just spend about 3 hours a week practicing your titles like how I did, then without changing your video qualities and without changing anything else, you could dramatically increase the growth of your channel like how I did and explode your channel into change. Now, if you guys found this video helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'll see you in the next video.